Welcome everyone, it's Favorite Trademark. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to be getting our fragment and well, that was a mistake. We're going to be doing some advanced quests, and we're going to be doing some Clanboss grinding. Last time we got to see what is the grand finale of the last rotation and the beginning of the next rotation of Doom Tower. We are going to be doing some crazy stuff involving Clanboss. So there's 60 million left. So that means yeah, we're going to do some depths of advanced quests, I think, and Clanboss keys. I am planning on improving my Clanboss setup. This is my current Faction Wars team for this account. I know it's kind of lame and it can't beat the boss, but we haven't gotten to the essential point whereby I can just like loaf through that boss. We haven't got to that point yet. Now, will I do at least an extra key for each of my clan bosses today? Probably. To honor Soul Mythos. Maybe 4 keys for each. But first we're going to do some Minotaur. For obvious reasons. Because we eventually... The problem is I'm going to have to do this a bit. Because I do not see me beating the boss without Syl or another support. It's just, it's not happening, and we're not going to be getting a Syl for a while. That is a bitter reality of the matter. On top of the fact, I'm going to be saving up a lot of tokens for Drex because I'm trying to rush him as fast as I possibly can for this account. It will take a while before Drex can be directly rushed. It will take a while. The arena grind is still on, especially for the first account, because it needs 700 arena medals, which, by the way, is a serious investment. We will eventually 6-star High Katoon, but the main reason I didn't is because of the other Doom Tower rotation with Vrask and also with Templar, which I'm lacking, so I'm going to continue to grind for him on here. Fight in Classic Arena with a team from a single faction. Alrighty then. That should do it. Sell a bunch of artifacts. First things first, we gotta upgrade some food. Because I've got to prepare the next 6-star. Because as the accounts progress, they need progressively more 6-stars. There's no getting around it. There just is no getting around that, because that's just the way the cookie crumbles. The more you progress, the more you need 6-stars. And the more you need silver, so then there's selling artifacts. I'm pretty sure I have a boatload. Yep, I got a boatload of boots. Most of these are sellers. So for the speed 5 boots. The rest of these, just sell them. Get that mountain of silver up. Takes a lot of silver to run an account, so I'm just going to sell like well over 1 million. I'm going to sell most of my artifacts. Just sell it. See how much we can get out of it. Get roughly like 2 million silver out of that. I'll take 2 million. 11 million silver. That's the most I've had in a while. Gonna be honest. That is the most I've had in a while. Going to do some ice golem. Gonna try to see if I can shove this difficulty. I can't be sure if I can, but we're gonna give it a go. We are going to give it a go. Because I've got to push the higher difficulties. There's no getting around it. Does not help that, like, the Seekers here are always what makes it really annoying on this difficulty. Because Seekers having that... passive that increases the defense when I literally have to go fight this mob. That's really devastating. If I have to go fight the other mob, I will, the previous ice golem, but I want to try to shove higher ice golem. Get the poison. You always want to be careful how much you smack this guy. There's a reason I'm trying not to smack him too hard. Is because I know he's a problem. That's why in general I'm not smacking him with the big smacks. Although that wasn't necessarily a big smack. But he responded anyway. Poison him. One convenient thing here about Blind Seer. She stops the boss from going berserk. Because one of the problems this boss does, by the way, is that if you don't have block debuffs or a cleanse, this boss goes ham on you. Which is not what we want. It's not what we want. Got to see some combo breaker today. Was ridiculous. Luke is literally taking over the world of Street Fighter completely by storm. It's ridiculous. Like it's like I'm almost rooting for me. I'm practically rooting for Mika after the amount I had to see Luke. Oh my god. You don't want to know how much Luke mania is going on. It gets annoying. Every single game it's a Luke until it's not even original. It's not even an interesting choice anymore. It's like every single time. They pick nothing else. Oy. Do that. Get the block debuffs. Get the burns up. I think I have a plan for less retribution procs for this guy. Yeah, I think this is the plan. For less retribution procs. Unfortunately, that hit can eventually lead into retribution procs. Get the burn on him. Do that. There we go. Ooh, a 6-star. Nice. I'm doing Ice Golem because I'm trying to finish off these quests. Now, normally I run this on auto, but I don't want to do auto battles right now anyway. Because it's the dawn of the worst. This is the dawn of the worst rotation. The worst rotation in the history of Doom Tower. Alright. Who is it? Unknown name? Screw that. I don't want to call anyone that I don't know their name. Get out of here. If I don't know your name, you can go somewhere, because I'm not interested. Don't give me the unknown name. Get out of here. If you don't know your name, you can go to hell over there, whoever you are. Because I don't call people who don't have a name. Screw that. You gotta be called something. Vaporsmith, anything. Name a name. I don't care if it's ugly. If you have unknown name, get out of here. You're suspect, that's what. You're suspect. Because believe it or not, Blind Seer makes it into all of my teams, you know? There isn't a team except a couple that she doesn't make it into. Because she's that strong. I know you're like, what? She can't be Popey. Okay, just because nobody talks about Blind Seer does not mean that Blind Seer doesn't do stuff, alright? 0 renown does not mean she doesn't do things. Just because she's not on some team sheet for a bunch of whales does not mean that she isn't crazy. Because whales have access to way more champions than I ever could. They're not going to look twice at Blind Seer because they're not going to care. Because they're going to have champs as good or better than Blind Seer. So just like, screw it. I don't care. I don't care if you have a Blind Seer. But to someone who doesn't have the same champion resources, Blind Seer is a big deal. I mean, she may be blind, but that doesn't mean she isn't she's useless. There we go. I'm first going to test to see if my other account can get past it. Alright. So, to honor Solmithus's attempt, we're going to go do some Clanboss. So it's on affinity. It's red affinity, which favors everyone except Kale. And maybe Valerie. But that's it. Favors everyone else. So, red affinity might also favor green damage dealers. Like a cult brawler. It definitely favors Drex. I'm working very hard to try to get Drex. So there's that. Gonna poison it. I still don't know how far we're gonna get. 4 mil max is my prediction for this account. Mainly because of what this account is. Kale's gonna die early on because Kale's not the right affinity. These two are gonna survive. To go another day. I still have to fill out all these guys' mastery trees, which is going to be a pain in the butt. I'm trying to think what affinity champs do I want to put on this boss? I'm gonna do it on manual, obviously. To give me my greatest chance. Of killing it. I still don't see us lasting very long in this. The affinity alone is going to be a problem. Yeah, the affinity alone is going to be a serious problem. I have a more affinity-friendly team elsewhere that I can use. And I'm going to go do that. Because I think that is what's going to give me the edge. On top of that, that account is not meant to fight Doom Tower in the first place. Trying to think of what would be the best. As I know it's going to be red affinity until we beat it. Red affinity means we're going to want different champs here. I'm going to try some experimental stuff. So we're only going to go Spirit and Void champs and Force, Spirit, Void, and Force. Because those are the positive affinities for this boss. And we're going to see how this goes. I might try Godseeker into the mix. One thing I like about this is that he can't escape the poisons. And I can toy around with setups here. Can try that. Can try Magic Affinity setup. Drex is going to be the stun target. I'm going to do some other crazy stuff today. He's taking 4 poisons a turn. I mean, it's not as much War Master procs. I'm going to try that versus War Master procs. War Master and maybe double Ally Protect. Because the problem is I don't have the masteries complete for that guy. So it might reduce the damage. Because I don't know affinity friendly versus non-affinity friendly. I know we got the innate sustain. I'm wondering how Jarrig would do. Whether he's semi-affinity friendly or who's got the decreased attack of that bunch. Try Vizier with that, but again I have to give Vizier masteries. And that's another can of worms. That block damage. Because every turn, this bozo throws out more poisons. Which, it adds up. And it's going to add up even more when I give him some other maniacal stuff. I'm thinking about a triple ally protect as a potential team. Triple ally protect with triple ally protect with just a cult brawler as the damage source. I think it might be really good for force, Clanboss. Problem is, we'll want all of them to have War Master. for that to get optimized. That's the thing. So he's taking the stun. So maybe if we go for a compromise, we should get an interesting result. Because going long usually gives a lot of damage, but it's a compromise between going long man, he resisted that? Does he get like increased resistance during this? I'm just curious. Is that how this goes? He mad as hell. See how mad that termite is? Angriest termite on Earth. Yep, the angriest termite on Earth, boys, girls. Angriest termite. You do not want to mess with this termite. How is my Godseeker geared? I need to know. Well, that straight up is a problem. Because I can't put Godseeker in there without something crazy. So I'm going to try some other new tech. Some new experimental teams. But that's not good to have it at that. Because I need to have my champs at a certain point is the problem. Because without that, I don't see me winning this. At all. And I'm not going to win against Solmithus. I'm just trying to... If you're wondering what I'm trying to do, it's very simple. I'm trying to... experiment with Clanboss teams because I felt like today was the best day to do it. So We're going to try a bit of God Seeker. With a side of Taragi. Yeah, I'm going to try this mix. Because he's going to detonate the burns and the other one's going to place them. Like, he's going to place them straight up. He's going to burn them. Then he's going to reset. He's going to have the... Because, see, these two are the DPS. These guys are just the backup. The backup crew. One thing I like about Ninja in this setup is that he can stay under that veil and keep detonating the burns. Because the one thing about this is it's the eternally roasting, one of the eternity roasting termite setups. Because he can't stop roasting. Termite roasting. The roasting. Because see, it keeps those heals up constantly. Which means I might be able to kill the whole thing. Because we definitely have a lot of sustain here. Most definitely. As you can see, that's adding up. That's adding up the amount of damage we can deal to this thing. Now I know not everyone can get Ninja, but there's plenty of substitutes out there. It's just he happens to be my most effective burn, detonator, etc. He's one of my most effective. And then Demetha keeps him alive, so he can keep proccing that passive over and over again. Good, she took the stun. The Godseeker is actually putting in a lot of work here with her constant buff extension. Yeah, her constant buff extension is more powerful than you think. See how powerful that is? That really keeps us topped up. That keeps us lasting far longer than we should, which is what we need. We need that if we want to beat this boss. As this boss slams like a vermin. And that veil stops him from getting focused, which is exactly what we need if we want those higher numbers. Because we got the double extension. This team is better than I thought it was going to be, honestly. We could definitely be onto something. We could definitely be onto something with a little better gearing. He is having none of that today, boys. He's having none of that today. He is having none of it. But yeah, this is better than I thought. It didn't really turn out the numbers, though. That's a bit of an issue. Unfortunately, didn't proc the passive. Bit unfortunate. I mean, we still got around 10 mil. It's not ideal, but again, I'm experimenting with new teams. As this account has a lot of teams on it. You know, we could take this. There's a very real chance we could take the whole thing. Very real chance. It might take some keys. It might take a little bit of gemmage. But we could take this. Granted, it would be easier if I had those ridiculous teams that the other account has, but we could take this. We're gonna do some arena. One way I know it's not my arena team is it has Gallic in it. I've never really used Gallic for arena. Why did she put strengthen up all of a sudden? That can't be Umbral. I know her kit. I know Umbral's kit anyway. Alright. So what's our kit, our team gonna look like? You know the cardinal cheese? Yeah, let's pull that out. Do the cardinal cheese strat. Oh boy, he's pissed. He's steaming and pissed. You can tell he's pissed. You can tell. But yeah, the cardinal cheese strat. I'm gonna use it if it makes sense. And the gear on this account's not very good. So guess what? I'm probably gonna use the cheese. Cardinal, the cheese. Taragi and Cardinal, the cheese. Cheese strats. Taragi does have masteries though, so that's going to help him out. I might try double ally protect. We've got more functioning Taragi and functioning decrease attack. So there's that. Ninja also has War Master on here. So we got some poison building up on it. Kale seems to be the stun target. One thing I like is the more this boss attacks, the more it's going to take up damage from the Taragi. See, he's taking up poison and burns. He's soaking them in. I've got other strategies, but this one seems likely. Because see, he takes big whacks every time he gets that decreased attack. So it's up in the air more than you might think who does more damage. And I'm going to do some Minotaur today, which might boost my damage even more. And maybe allow us to make history and kill this dang bastard. Will this be easy? Not 100%. Will it be worth it? Probably. Is my decreased attack not being consistent still aggrieving the living hell out of me? Sure it is. Will we probably be using Cardinal's Revive? Yep. Yes, we are. Because at this point, I have to shamelessly use whatever revive tactic I've got to edge up my damage. Because at this point, I have to edge some of my picks in. I have to try to edge my damage to the next level. You know? Because I need that next level damage. As much as I can edge in, I need to go as much as I can. Need to edge in that damage. I'm wondering if including 2 of those at the same time would do more damage. Always have to ask myself that question. Okay, first thing we need to ask. How close We're not close. All right. We are not close on that. Okay, so let's try some new mix-ups in the next episode.